Learning outcomes. At the end of this chapter, you should be able to understand the concepts of function, know the properties of functions, operation on functions. Introduction. Table of content. 1.1 Functions. Properties of functions. Operations on functions. Graphs, family of functions. Introduction. A quick review on a functions, graph of functions, domain and range of polynomial functions, radical functions, exponent and log functions. Composite functions, piecewise functions. Basic arithmetic operations, plus, minus, times, divide, expand, simplify, factor, solve, simple plot. What is a functions? A function f is a rule that associates a unique output with each input. If the input is denoted by x, then the output is denoted by fx, read f of x. Function can be represented in different ways, by an equation, in a table, by a graph, or in words. So we say that a is a function of r. Example. The area A of a circle depends on its radius r by the equation. Introduction. The major tools for describing the real world in. The values of one variable often depend on the values. Functions is used to describe the dependence of one quantity on another. So we say that v is a function of t. The velocity v of a ball falling freely in the Earth's gravitational field increases with time, until it hits the ground. So we say that n is a function O. In a bacteria culture, the number n of bacteria present after 1 hour of growth depends on the number n of bacteria present initially. Example. The output of f are obtained by substituting numerical values for x. Definition 1.1.1. If a variable y depends on a variable x, in such a way that each value of x determines exactly one value of y, then we say that y is a function of x. Definition 1.1.1. A function f is a rule that associates a unique output with each input. Domain. Range. A function. Yes. Domain. Range. Not a function, no. Properties of functions. Independent and dependent variables. Domain and range. If the independent and dependent variables are real numbers, we say that f is a real valued function of a real variable. Graphs of function. Graphs can provide useful visual information about a function. The values of x for which fx equals 0 are the coordinates of the points where the graph of f intersects the x-axis. These values of x are called the vertical line test. A curve in the xy plane is the graph of some function f if and only if no vertical line intersects the curve more than once. Composite function. Definition. Given functions f and g, the composition of f with g, denoted by f og, is the function defined by. The domain of OG is defined to consist of all x in the domain of G for which Gx is in the domain of f. Composite function is performed by substituting some function for the independent variable of another function. Properties of functions. Examples. Examples. Properties of function. Find. Example properties of function. Find the domain and range of the following functions: y equals 2x plus 5. Operations of functions. Find the domain and range of the following functions. Algebraic approach. Sketch the graph of the absolute value function f, x, equals vertical bar x vertical bar. Solution. From the preceding discussion, we know that operations of functions. Piecewise function. Evaluate f minus 2, f minus 1, and f 0, and sketch the graph. On the other hand, if x greater than minus 1, then the val since 2 greater than minus 1, we have f 0 equals O2 equals 0. U of f x is x2. On the other hand, if x greater than minus 1, then the value of f x is x2. Graphs, families of functions. Family of lines. The most common method for visualizing a function is its graph. If f is a function with domain D, then its graph is the set of ordered pairs. In other words, the graph of f consists of all points x, y in the coordinate plane such that y equals f, x, and x is in the domain of f. The graph of a function is a curve in the xy-plane. But the question arises, which curves in the xy-plane are graphs of functions? This is answered by the following test. The vertical line test to curve in the xy-plane is the graph of a function of x if, and only if no vertical intersects the curve more than once. Graph of some basic functions.